Hi, my name is Melissa Scott. I grew up in California. I work as a director for Pando Little School, which is a preschool in Albuquerque. As a preschool director, I do literally everything that it takes to keep a small childcare up and running. So that's everything from um, repairing the mailbox to ordering the snack to deciding what tuition should be to deciding how much paid time off my teachers get. It's recruiting families, it's recruiting teachers, it's training those teachers, it's sitting down with a team of people on my staff to troubleshoot challenging behaviors we're seeing in some of our students. It's coordinating with IEP teams. It's literally everything you can possibly imagine down to brass tacks. I like the variety. I think that's what I like the most because I really don't know. I mean, I have a pretty good sense of what I'm going to have to tackle when I walk in the door. But invariably, something will come up, and usually it's a really interesting problem that I have to solve. It's a problem I have to solve by talking to people, asking really good questions, tapping into some of my expertise, but also really acknowledging where I don't have expertise and where I need to go and do some more research. And so it's managerial, but it's also kind of it's I never stop learning. I'm always learning something new in this position. I didn't want to be a teacher. I very explicitly did not want to be a teacher. I did not want to work in early childhood. I harbored, I think in high school and parts of college, fairly disparaging views of the field. I think there's a lot of stigma out there against childcare. And I found myself taking a summer gig at a childcare because I was interested. And I stepped in there kind of expecting to find it easy, expecting to be really good at it. Um, and what I quickly discovered was that childcare is actually a site where there's tremendous opportunity for social justice work. There are women, primarily women of color, working for barely a living wage, taking care of children from every single walk of life, supporting parents at a very vulnerable point in their life journey as well. And it completely flipped all the assumptions I had about the early childhood world. It made me appreciate how important it was. And it made me appreciate that I could really contribute. I think that one of the things I discovered in trying to teach in a lot of different settings was that there's a lot of teachers face a lot of barriers to putting into practice what they know to be right. And I've found myself, I was really fortunate to be able to work in a wide range of contexts, everything from Head Start to like super fancy $25,000 a year private preschool kind of environments. And so I had really seen what was possible and also all the limitations teachers could face. And so I wanted to make sure I was creating a school that reduce as many of those limitations for my staff as humanly possible. The courses from high school that stand out the most are two different classes. I took an AP psychology class, and that was so good and so informative. I would urge every single person out there to take a basic intro to psych class. It's just indispensable. And the other class I took was French, and I took it for 6 years, and I was terrible at it, horrible at it. I cannot speak a word of French, and I think it was instructive because I was really bad at it. And I think that it's important to have had an experience where you know how it feels to fail, you know how it feels to struggle, especially if you're going to ever be an educator, you're going to encounter students who have been in that position, and you need to know how that feels so you can empathize and connect with them. So those are the two classes. In terms of extracurriculars, I think I was on the staff for the school newspaper. And that was really pivotal in shaping how I engaged with the world. I think it taught me that there was a world beyond the school, there's a world beyond my home. And I, even as like a 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, had every right and responsibility to go out into that world and ask provocative questions. And I think that was really eye-opening and empowering for me. Don't be afraid to quit. Um, I I've left a lot of jobs in my day, and I think that every time I left, hopefully on good terms to the best of my ability, I learned a lot. and it gave me the space and the time to explore a new path. I think it's really easy to get locked into something and feel committed to the people around you and stay the course, and there's definitely something to be said for that. But there's also nothing wrong with saying, meh, I'm gonna try something new.